Hi and welcome everyone. This is going to be another preview video where I'm usually looking at model kits that are newly released that I'm going to be buying very soon, or at least just model kits that I'm very interested in, so I'm keeping an eye on. And I've done a few videos like this so far, so feel free to click on my channel and have a look at all the other preview videos I've done, and they're usually going to be resin kits and kits that I think are either really cool or things that I feel haven't really been talked about a lot already on YouTube by the main YouTubers, so to speak. So if you're already a subscriber, then you'll know the kind of things that I'm into so far, and I'd like to think that this series actually gives you guys an idea on the kind of kits that I go for, and therefore get to know my style a little bit better. So okay, with that said, I'm sure you can see what's been shown in front of you right now, so let's get into talking about the model kit. So today we're going to be talking about the Kshatriya, and this isn't just any old Kshatriya, it is by a company called Elyn Hobby. And well, I just mentioned about in the intro about how I'm trying to do some videos that aren't really talked about much by the main YouTubers, and this is going to be one of those kits. Now, why should you be interested? Well, first of all, take a look at this. This is going to be a Kshatriya that's going to be available in the 1 to 100 scale, so that right there should get you guys excited. I mean, if you're not, then, well, you either already have a G system 1 to 72 scale Kshatriya, or there's quite possibly something wrong with you. So seriously, all jokes aside, I know I did a resin kit, the C3 1 to 100 resin kit preview video a little while ago, and a fair few guys would be interested in that. But this one, the difference is that it's going to be a plastic injection molded kit, and that means it's basically snap fit together like your Bandai kind of model kits. And before we go any further, just thought I'd give you some quick stats in terms of what we're looking at. So the company name, as I mentioned, is Elyn Hobby Production. This is going to be released on late March 2013, and I do believe that we are in the pre-order stage already, so you can actually put your name down to get hold of one of these come March. The price that I've seen varies. I've seen it around about the $166 mark, and more likely I've seen it at the sort of $200 mark as well. And this is going to be one big ass kit, so you can see here the weight. This is with packaging, albeit, but I believe the model kit weight is somewhere in between sort of 4 to 5 kilograms perhaps, but the total weight is going to be 6.2 kilograms, so that right there tells you that this is going to be a very big kit. So we'll worry about all this later. I'll discuss this as we go through some of these slides that I'm going to be showing you, but just thought I'd mention that this is a totally different league of model kit from your normal Bandai offering. So this is going to be approaching somewhere along the lines of master grade quality, I believe. Sorry, not master grade, perfect grade quality. So it's going to be beyond master grade, and we'll take you through some pictures now just to show you what the actual kit is going to be looking like. So this is obviously a resin kit that you see right now, I believe, but as I explained, the whole model kit, when it actually reaches your door and in your hands, is going to be injection molded, so snap fit together. You're not going to need any tools, and it's actually a bit more complicated than that, but I'll carry on explaining as I go along. Right here, as you can see, it's similar to the last video I made on the C3 Hobby Kshatriya, and that was a resin kit, but it has the similar sort of opened up binders here that really give it some extra layer of detail, and you've seen this before in the other resin kit I showed you, the C3 one, where you can see the funnels and just all the internal detail of the binders. And make no mistake, you know, the Kshatriya is pretty much all about the binders. I mean, the kit itself is big, but where it differs is that it's got obviously the 4 binders that really make it wide and give it a lot of stature. So it's nice to see that they put so much attention to all the internal details of this. And it's, well, I just want to note that from this picture I can tell straight away that this is the actual Kshatriya body itself is very close and probably the most similar to the G system kit out of any other type of kit I've seen. So I would say they've probably used the proportioning from the G system for sure. And this picture here excuse me, this picture here is gives you an idea of what they might all look like if you get all the lead suits from Gundam Unicorn. Now, interesting fact for you guys, and I do need to point this out because the Kshatriya looks a little bit small here, but this was released by Elyn, and I think they made a mistake or something, because this Sinanju here is actually too big. I think it's a bigger scale basically. It's not meant to be this tall compared to the Kshatriya. And this Unicorn here, the FA version, it's actually not got the legs transformed, so this looks a little bit smaller than it should. So it's weird how they've got both of these wrong, but this just gives you a sense of what your shelf might look like if you get all 3 of these kits. So it's pretty badass, to be honest. I mean, there's not a lot of other places outside of resin. In fact, I don't think there are any other places outside of resin where you're going to get a 1 to 100 Kshatriya like this. So this is your chance, guys, to get hold of something in the right scale of all the other master grades. That's going to be pretty easy to build and very detailed. So it's basically a pretty damn good kit, which is why a lot of people in the sort of resin circle are talking about it. And okay, so the thing with this kit is that it's being advertised as no glue needed, snap fit together. And to elaborate on that, what they're talking about is that these pieces, I don't even think they're supposed to be coming on runners. So they're telling us that the actual pieces are going to be pretty much made in such a way that all the pieces are going to be clean, so you're not going to need to cut them out of runners, and you're not going to need to sand all the little nubs down or anything. All the pieces are going to come clean, so it's kind of like a lazy man's kit in a way. And if that's true, then it's actually going to be very, very user friendly, newbie user friendly. So interesting to see how this actually turns out. You'll be able to see in this picture that it retains all the details that you would expect in a resin kit and more, to be honest. So it's going to be a very, very well detailed model kit that basically you're not going to be losing out on anything just because it's a plastic snap fit together kit. So actually that's not quite true. I say snap fit together, but what they're telling us is that this model kit apparently has about 1,000 or over 1,200 parts. Now that I will need to see for myself how they class these, but what I do know is that some of them are pre-assembled, and the main thing is that this inner frame is actually something that you're going to get pre-assembled. So that's what I'm talking about. I have no idea how many parts make this up, but it's going to come to you pretty much like this. So it's kind of like a, I don't know, like a really expensive and elaborate frame arms kit or something along those lines. So there you have it. That's going to be a full inner frame that comes to you already made, and you're going to be able to see that there is a hell of a lot of detail going on here. So there may be, to some of you resin kit painters, then you can go to town with making this inner frame come alive. Now, the next point is that it comes with rechargeable batteries for the LEDs that are no doubt built in. So look at this. I mean, this is a bit of a seller to me. basically I think all the LEDs come in colour as well. I haven't seen anything that suggests otherwise, so let's hope that's true. But you get the blue ones for the backpack and the thrusters on the actual legs, and you can see here, well, sorry, I'm not going to go back to the first picture, but also the mono eye and the sort of chest cannons are also lit up as well. But you can see here, it looks to me like the batteries are going to be stored in the back skirt, and you can see a bit of wiring throughout the kit to actually get everything working. So this picture here just reiterates how much detail there is in all this kit. So everywhere you see, you're going to be able to appreciate the internal details that they have exposed and well, on display really. So very, very nice indeed. And this is what I was talking about with the sort of perfect grade quality. So these pistons and you know, all of this sort of stuff, this all works. So it's going to be possibly part of the inner frame. These binder parts, I don't know, but I would expect to see a fair few moving parts with this, especially when we know the internal frame is coming pre-built. So this is going to be one of those strange model kits that's going to be a little bit more like an action figure. So we'll see how that looks. But okay, so that's pretty much all the pictures I have, and what I'm going to do is just talk about some of my thoughts really. So this is going to be a plastic kit that is going to be easy to build. Comes with a fully assembled inner frame, which is approaching, if not exceeding, perfect grade quality, because it's going to be able to do more since it's already pre-built. You know, it's going to be a little less fragile and all of that sort of stuff. I mean, I find with perfect grades and all that, as much detail as they have, then you know, it's kind of like, because it's all in bits, it's kind of fragile, so you don't really want to be moving it around much. But with this, I'm sure it's going to be very, very solid. It's going to have resin quality looks to it, that's for sure, from all the pictures we've seen. It's also got LEDs and wiring and all that sort of stuff, so it's going to be quite an advanced kit from that respect. So the thing is, there's going to be this price tag of $166, so it's definitely not cheap, but it's definitely you know, more value than a typical, say, Bandai special edition, you know, titanium finish kit, you know, that kind of thing. So what's really strange is that I think this model kit is more or less known only in the resin sort of circle. Not everyone who builds resin kits will sort of know about this kit. I don't think the general public, sorry, not the general public, but you know, the general modelling community knows about this so much. So that's what I'm trying to do here with this video, try and get this out there and see if you know, people are into this kind of thing. So you know, definitely leave me a comment and we'll start a discussion on this if you are, because I'd like to see this kind of thing succeed, especially with you know, an up and starter company, or a smaller company, shall we say, such as Elyn. So that would be great to get them a bit more exposure if I can. And what was my point in all of this? That was it. I think this model kit's going to be a bit strange in terms of its target market, because the price, the detail, the wiring, the LEDs, you know, all that sort of stuff, it's going to be geared towards your more serious modeler. However, the actual parts where you know, they don't need to be cut out, they don't need to be sanded down, they come in the right moulded colours and all of that sort of stuff, would sort of lead you to believe that this is for a beginner. So you just literally pick up the pieces, put it together, and that's it. But you know, I find it hard to believe that anyone who builds this kit buys it for that reason, because the first thing I'm going to do is get an airbrush and spray it all, so you know, get it looking as best as I can. So a little bit odd in terms of why they've gone out to, you know, I understand why they've done this kit, I just kind of find it a bit strange why they would go to the trouble of making the parts so that they're all completely clean don't require sanding or cutting out or anything like that. So it seems a bit odd, but and I wonder how much that has added to the cost is why I'm bringing this this point up. So had this been a full snap fit together plastic model kit like it's meant to be, but done in the traditional runaway, would that have been cheaper and hence more people buy it? I don't know, but you know, we'll save that judgment for when we actually get the kit. So yeah, that's all I have to say on this. So let me know, you guys, if you're planning on getting hold of this. Let me know if you've seen anywhere which is going to sell this. I know a few shops, but I'll give you guys a few updates when the time comes closer, basically. So yeah, so at this point I usually do some comparison videos with all the other model kits that you know, do the Kshatriya in the 1 to 100 scale. But seeing as I've already done all of this in the in my other video, I'll link this in the description so you can have a look. But feel free to check out my 1 to 100 C-free resin Kshatriya video that I made, and that will explain a bit more about, you know, where I talk about proportioning and comparisons and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. So like if you like this video, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys very soon. Thank you very much.